Hello everyone, this is Golden Time Studio, Zulin Jeansy. You can call me Jeansy. Our professional watch customization and modification team. If you are interested in watch modification, you can follow us. It's been a long time since I recorded a video for you. Recently, we have been working quietly. Yes, no more suspense. What I'm going to bring to you today, that many friends have been asking about recently. It's also I think it's a modification of the Oakley Farm Ultimate Work. It's a modified agronomical oak with an integrated case. So in this video, we still use the most classic and also the most popular natural meteorite offshore type, a modification of the inner part. Overall, we will mainly introduce the integrated case we bring to you this time. What kind of new experience it brings to you. Let's briefly review the ET to feel its structure and principle. First, we bought a normal pixel. It should be like this. A machine inner liner. Inside is the pointer dial, and so on. Then, a vertical watch case is put on top. Then there is a vertical strap on the side, with 4 screws on the side to fix it. Then the button is exposed. The bottom cover looks like this. Our case, that we've been introducing to you before. It has the same structure, but the case is made by ourselves. Metal case, and a very high-end fluorine rubber strap, and so on. So the integrated modification is that we directly abandon the last thing. We directly abandon it and don't use it. We install its movement and dial plate completely independently installed into a case and strap of our own. This is an integrated modification. Here is a big premise that I want to tell you, is that after such a modification, the first point is that its functions, whether it's a stopwatch, countdown and so on, will not be affected in any way. Secondly, the 200 meters water resistance not only has not been weakened, but also strengthened because its case will be more sealed. The third point is its shockproof design is still preserved. This is the principle of an integrated modification and the promise we will make first. Next, let me show you, after such modification, what kind of surprises it brings to us. Let's first look at the first and biggest advantage. That is, in the past, there were many sets of styles. At that time, many friends said that, oh, I really like it, bro Jeansy, but the size was too big to handle. So the size in the past was basically 43.7 by 12, such a diameter and thickness. For those with small wrists, or even very conservative people, this size is indeed beyond their tolerance. After the modification, you can see that its diameter is less than 41 and the thickness is about 10.5 millimeters. I can say responsibly that as long as you are a normal man, you can wear it and you will never say it's too big or any other issues. So this is what I think the integrated modification, the first and most favorable advantage. Okay, the second question is that let's take a look. Let's talk about Casio. It has many series, including the Casio G-Shock, including the small square, and many other series. It has a very typical feature, which is the 4 buttons on the side. This is what many friends criticize. They think that it looks good, but the 4 buttons on the side look very abrupt. Let's take a look at the one-piece case. The 4 buttons are completely hidden. You can hardly see them. After our polishing, it and the case become one. It becomes one. In this way, people will no longer feel that 4 small bumps on the 4 sides, which feels abrupt or feel cheap. The entire watch it looks more like a regular watch. But when it comes to its functions, we haven't cut it at all, because if we do, it won't work. All its adjustments, including usage, and all of them are reserved. That is to say, you can still use the 4 hidden buttons to adjust a series of functions. Then let's take a look at it like this. Many friends said that if it will look abrupt from the side, look, it's completely integrated, or any protrusions, or any indentations. This is the craftsmanship. We'll go through the whole process again later. The whole process, the bottom cover part, is also criticized by many friends. They say, can you remove the bottom cover of the Nongja Casio? They don't want it. It looks like this or that. Okay. Let's remove the entire movement directly, as I said before. So we use our bottom cover. After opening the bottom cover, you can directly see the movement. Can you understand? I don't know. So, for the bottom cover has been polished with a very beautiful sunburst pattern from the center to the outside, which is polished radially from the center, which is very shiny. For the sapphire lens this time, we still use a high transparency coating, then with a very high light transmittance, and it is parallel to the entire bezel. So how to say it looks? We have been trying our best to the modification of the Noah project to make the whole Noah project modification and not like a toy watch. The third notable advantage is about the crown. In our shell style, many friends have asked why there is no such thing. We call it crown or the crown. It can also be called. It is a small structure that adjusts the watch time. A small structure. So we haven't done it in the past. The reason is only one, is that we go back to the first one. The advantages we mentioned, it's about its size and proportion. In the past, our size was 43.7 millimeters. If we add a crown, the crown, it would look very abrupt and it will feel unbalanced to the overall proportion. I don't know if you can understand. So, this time, the entire diameter and thickness have been greatly reduced. I think adding the crown at this time, there will be basically no sense of incongruity. It still has no actual function. It can be rotated for decoration, and the actual adjustment of time, including the calendar and other functions, are still controlled by the 4 hidden buttons on the side. To be completed. Finally, let me review the workmanship of the case and strap. First, I will make a conclusion. I'm not modest to say that this watch case and strap, in the current processing level in our country, I don't think it can be called top-notch, but it can definitely be called high quality. Why do I say that? In fact, there are many toy watches, as you all know, in Guangzhou's Jiansha and 1111 markets. You should have heard of it. If you have one, or you have seen some videos, you can make a comparison. To compare its overall texture and brightness, you can make a horizontal comparison. It's very obvious. First of all, let's go back to the first step. Just now, it was 316L, which is a medical-grade stainless steel. Then, we said that the pixel. First, we need to look at the ring, including our previous set box. We also talked about why our sets always look so harmonious. There are many on the market. All look wrong. The reason is, the first one is the octagonal ring. Its section point. Look at the octagonal ring. It is a combination of brushed and polished. The dividing line in the middle, where this line is drawn, is very important. Some are drawn too far to the left, and some are too far to the right. In this case, it will make the entire case either too flat or too high. So here is the first point. The second is the proportion of the screws to the ring. 8 screws. Let's take a look. All of ours are 3-dimensional, and a metal mirror polishing effect. And the proportion of the entire bezel is almost perfect compared with a certain pixel. I think it should be said that it is more than 90%. The entire ring it's 3-dimensional, broad, and not drooping. It's not too high. I think this is the first point. As for, I'll show you the details of the wire drawing. You can also just now said that Guangzhou Mao Shi. You can compare it. The most important point of the wire drawing is that it's thin enough. It can't be thick. If you look from a distance, you can see the streaks of drawing. Then this case must be. It cannot be called a high-quality product. From the side, as we just said, the buttons here. Let me show you the details. Actually, I will just briefly talk about the side. We can see there are two large folding lines. The buttons are seamlessly integrated with it. From this angle, there is no bulge or depression. This skill, basically, I think that's all we need to say. When we press it down, it is still very perfect. The entire line is completely symmetrical, including this side. Then the head part. When we touch the head, it feels very good, although it has no practical function. This is about the watch case part. Let's take a look at the bottom cover. It's still 8 screws embedded in it. All these screws are real and need to be tightened, and all need to be tightened. Then, as I said before, the bottom cover is half of it. It has a sunburst effect. And then the bottom of the middle case. This part, you can see the white and fine sandblasting. This is the case part. Finally, let me show you my most proud part, is this steel strap. First, let me share a common sense of processing. For a steel strap, its production cycle and cost is basically 3 times that of the case, and in this case does not include the R&D time and mold opening cost and mold costs. So a good steel strap is very difficult. Let's take a look at this oak strap. Is a classic design by our master Junda. It always gives people the impression that, like a combination of many blades. But the amazing thing is that it can be placed on your wrist, so its hole gives people a very sharp feeling. But in fact, it will not cause any cuts to our wrists. In my opinion, it is no longer a watch strap. I think if we remove the watch head and wear it directly on our wrists, it can be used as a bracelet. To achieve this very high artistic effect, the only standard to test it is when we rotate the strap or when we rotate our wrists. Will the halo move with the light? For example, let's start from here. Go, 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 go. Every section goes smoothly one by one. This is basically, there is no need to say more. That is to say, the workmanship of each section is very exquisite. Let me show you the place you can't see. The head part of each section, there is a mirror polish on it. So the brightness is shown by various deep processing. Is shown. So, I think this watch strap is very good. Extremely good. Another thing is the buckle. The watch buckle is also very smooth to use. There is no resistance. Or where it can't be fastened. Or it will be uncomfortable to wear. It opens very smoothly. So I think this watch strap is very satisfactory. The workmanship is extremely exquisite. This is the strap part. Finally, the entire movement inside. As I mentioned earlier, the meteorite was made in the previous year 2.0 upgraded version. A natural meteorite with offshore type. Such a good case and strap. We definitely use the most popular meteorite to appear with it. For the details of natural meteorites, you can check my previous videos. I have explained it in many videos. So finally, in conclusion, our one-piece ultimate version of the farmhouse pixel modification completely removed the farm pixel, its original toy watch, children's watches and so on. It has been forcibly pulled back to normal watch. So the overall effect, I think it's pretty good. In the later stage, we will take out many of the previous classic combinations to do an integrated modification for you. Of course, the previous shell cases are still available, so it's up to you to choose. Okay, that's all for this video. See you in the next episode.